Originally, the family was, bewilderment was the thing. What are you doing? Because they never knew what comedy club was. What is a comedy club? They didn't know what it was. They're like, what, comedy club? Comedy?
My mum's proud of it. And she's, after a while, I let her come and see me as well, because I did a lot of stuff about Nigeria. And my brother said, she's not going to like it. You're going to get in so much trouble. I was like, she'll be fine. He went, she won't. I was like, okay. But she came to see it, and she she was laughing along with everyone else. My mum's quite saucy, actually. She doesn't tell people, but she's laughing at some of the, the more out of order stuff. I won't tell the church people.
What happened is a few of my friends sat at the front, and before I even get to the punch, they were like, ha 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 ha. So they was just like, and I was like, so people knew they were my friends. And I remember Richard Black was a good friend of mine now. He came there, he was on after me, and then he spotted it because he's so experienced. He's like, are you guys friends? And they were like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, that's what you're the only ones that were laughing at his joke.
Comedy in our house was a good thing because we were always laughing. So comedy itself is a good thing. A comedy club?
My mother, she's got a good sense of humour, and she laughed, and she still laughs at what she finds me funny, thank God. But her attitude to my comedy initially, just when I said I was going to, have a go at it, was just not favourable at all.
And then I think I got paid for my first gig. I won a little competition, and I got paid £100 in cash. And I came home and I put it on my mum's, my mum's table. And the next morning it was like, did you leave the £100 there? I went, yeah. I won, you won. And then my dad was like, people are paying you for this?
Have you noticed, listen love, have you noticed how many Australians are coming over to our country? They are taking our jobs. They are taking our women. 2 Australians have moved in next door to me. They have brought down the price of my house. And where I live, that's not easy. I knocked on the door the other day, now there's 33 of them. Sleeping on the floors. They call it backbacking.
I can remember the compere saying that the open spot hadn't turned up, and would anybody from the audience like to come and sort of, just kind of try out and do a spot, come and see me in the interval. And I can remember I was out with a girlfriend at the time, and I stupidly thought, wow, this is a great way to impress her. Really, yeah, this is going to do it for me. This is going to really seal the deal, make her realise I'm a keeper. And so I went and did the open spot, and well, it was pretty dire.
Told the first joke. I remember the joke as well. I said I live in Peckham. In Peckham, we've got a cinema and a chicken and chip shop. So I don't know why, it just sounded funny at the time, but I said it and just silence.
But then I was in Heathrow Airport and I was walking past one of the British Airways flights, and there was this Cockney guy on the phone, real loud. He had 2 bags in front of him. Airport was busy. He's on the phone. He's like, Tony! Hurry up, mate, I'm waiting for ya. No, all the bags are full, mate. All the bags are full, mate. I've got your bag. I got my bag. Hurry up, mate. Tick-tock, 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 tick-tock. See you later! Comes off the phone. Nobody says a word. And I was just thinking to myself, imagine if the same conversation was done by a Muslim guy. Same situation, busy airport. Ahmed. Hurry up, time is crucial. The bags are full. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock.
I remember more of growing up here than I was growing up in Somalia. Still speak the language, can't forget the language. That's why one of the reasons maybe they employed me here is because I speak the language. They were like, can you speak Somali? Yeah, right, we're taking you on. But I have to speak Somali because it's good to have a language that... Oh! Go! See that goal? So I could have made it in football. Did you see that goal? I could have made it.
This place is full of characters, and it's the characters. I always find that comedy always works best when you're talking about real people that people can relate to, and even strange people, but people who are normal, but they're strangely normal. This is Sean. He's a very important person. He's a great source of my comedy, aren't you?
Of course, I'm a big comedy.
Yeah, he's helped me a lot with meeting people. You know everybody locally, don't you?
I know very well.
All the characters.
All sort of people. I love them. I love the nation.
So if we just go across the road to, this is H, who I went to school with.
Hello.
I've known him since I was a small boy. He was small as well. We used to play in the park, and now he's got all this big business now, isn't he? He's got a big businessman.
It's reasonable sized business, ain't it?
Well, the backgrounds are all very different. Some of them are kind of, Indian, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, Sri Lankan, that kind of Asian community. But then there's been more recently, people from West Africa.
I think when stand-up comedians first start out, they always kind of draw on what they know. That's where you start with. I think most comics usually start in that, in that place. So for me, it was natural that I would talk about, my East London upbringing and Nigerian household. So my first routine was all about Nigerians and just sort of silly observations. And some of them were a bit, maybe a bit too far.
Best comedy experience has been on The World Stands Up, which is it's a show I always used to watch. And I also did a tour with an American group called Allah Made Me Funny. It was like 3 American comedians from America who are Muslim. And they did a tour like all over, and they're like sellout tour. And I actually opened for them. I was the MC. And that was a good experience.
Best gig is, the easiest gig is one where there's like 5,000 people there, that's an easy gig. Even if half of them like you, you're away. But if you've got like, I don't know, like an Edinburgh Fringe Festival, if you've got like 50 people there and 20 people don't like you, 30 people don't like you, you're not getting many laughs, you're gonna get 20 people. But if you've got the bigger the room is, the easier the gig is. So if you can make less people laugh, that's a funnier joke. If you've got 50 people and 45 of them are in hysterics, that's brilliant, and imagine magnifying that to 5,000 people.
I want to get my a screenplay made. I did a thing called The Prince of Dalston, which went out on ITV, and the Film Council were interested a couple of years ago initially when I wrote the screenplay and developed it, and I would like to actually get that made. Get finance and get it from just kind of development actually to on the screen.
I want work somehow to mean that I have to go to Nigeria because I want to experience it from a different point of view. I haven't been back there for a really long time, and I've kind of rejected it and then tried to get close to it and then rejected it and had a really sort of strange relationship with it. So I'd be really sort of keen to somehow have work mean that I looked at it more objectively, I suppose, rather than all the sort of emotional baggage or whatever that I've put on it from childhood and from growing up. So that's a goal. There you go, I've got a goal. I want to go to Nigeria.